Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time on here, if it isn't your first time on here, thank you for coming back. Hopefully this video will be useful for you. Usually I am a DIY YouTuber, but my YouTube videos are all inspired by high vibes, good energy. I just feel like we need more positivity in this world, so I try and instill that in all of my videos. So last year I filmed a video which I will link on testing out rose-coloured Bleach London hair dye on my hair. My hair is highlighted but naturally really dark, and it worked out really well. I was super happy with it, and that video was super popular as well, and I will link it so that you guys can see that. And today I am going to test out the Smoky Rose, and I think this might be a newish colour. I haven't seen it kind of prior to 6 months ago, and it says fades out in 1 to 10 washes, vegan and cruelty free. So I'm hoping this doesn't wash out after one wash, because it was £6, so I don't think £6 for one wash makes sense. And I think we should test this out now. Yeah, let's see how it gets on my dark root / highlighted hair. Okay, so it's the evening now. I decided to dye my hair a bit later on in the day so I could get errands done in the daytime. So I just shampooed my hair as it said in the instructions, and I'm here in my bathroom. It's a bit steamy and echoey. Apologies for that, but that's it. Is where I'm going to be doing my dyeing. So I've got the dye here, I've got towel dried hair, somewhat shampooed towel dried hair. I have to wear some gloves apparently, so I have to find some gloves actually. And then I'm just going to put this on, and it says that I need to comb it through, so I'm going to comb it through with my Tangle Teaser because this is really easy to wash and it will really comb that through. It says leave it for half an hour, but I'm going to do minimum 45 minutes. My hair's quite dark. And then I have to wash it out, and I haven't decided if I'm going to put conditioner in. I probably will put conditioner because my hair's so dry, but I do know, I always wonder if like the dye will wash out if I do that, wash out easier if I add conditioner rather than really letting it soak in there. But my hair's so dry, I'm probably just going to have to add conditioner afterwards. So I'm going to do half-half. I'm really lazy when it comes to dyeing my hair. I really can't be bothered. I don't care if it's patchy. So I'm just going to put my hair in half like this, and clip the top half with a clip, and then just brush it. It's really tangly because my hair is so dry from just dyeing it so much. I kind of regret dyeing it so much, but I really do suit lighter hair. Even though I'm naturally dark, I do just suit lighter hair. So it's a tough one. So let's get started. I'm quite excited. Smoky Rose. I wonder how it will turn. Part of me was thinking it might turn quite brown, so it'd be interesting to see if it actually looks rosy or purpley or something. I'm just kind of mashing it in. I have quite a good idea where the bottom layer I'm not going to put a lot in, because you don't see the bottom layer with my hair. My hair's so thick. This is done now, and I'm going to leave it to process for at least 45 minutes. Even though it says to do 30 minutes, I have dark hair, so I'm just going to leave it longer. I figured whilst I'm doing my hair, I thought I would tell you a bit of a story about the history behind me dyeing my hair. I think it's quite a useful thing to know if you're someone who likes to dye your hair a lot, and kind of getting to the source of why you dye your hair so much. I try not to use GHDs. I really don't use them very often, but because I dyed my hair last night, I didn't have time to style it. It took too much time to dye it. I have such thick hair, so it meant that I couldn't like do maybe like blow drying or some sort of heat-free curling. So what I was going to say to you was, I went through a phase about 5 years ago where I was dyeing my hair a lot, and I was spending a lot of money. By the way, I was going to the best salon I could find in London, and my hair's naturally black, well, really dark brown. I wouldn't say it's black, I'd say it's dark chocolatey brown. And they dyed my hair white, peroxide white, because I was desperate for like baby blue hair. Maybe I'll put a photo in. And I started dyeing my hair when I first became self-employed, and I started feeling very lonely, and I felt like I was kind of like rejecting my past life of being a stylist. I was a stylist and being a bit of a party girl, and I felt like people judged me a lot on my looks. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna dye my hair blue, screw what anyone else thinks. So then I did that for years, and then I also actually think I got inspired by, there were two guys that I dated around that period, because I had quite a lot of like boyfriends, but then I became single for a few years and just was dating. Well, there were people that I wanted to be my boyfriends. One was my boyfriend, but it lasted like 2 months. They both actually would dye their hair, so I was inspired by them. I thought they looked really cool. So anyway, I was like, I'm gonna do it. I broke up, me and my boyfriend broke up, and I was like, I'm still gonna dye my hair, whatever. And then I thought it was really cool, and I would dye it all these different colours, and I kept going back to the salon. I spent probably over £1,000 on it. Money I did not have, so don't even think that I would just waste money like that usually. Obviously I was going through something psychologically that I thought it was okay to spend that much money. And I also didn't want to break my hair off by dyeing such dark hair blonde, so I just figured I need to spend that money. Anyway, so that's what I did. And then I was lucky enough to get a business mentor, and he was mentoring me for free, and he's much older, he's like 80 years old. And I would talk to him about like, I'm just so sick of like the past life I had when I was a stylist. I'm sick of being put in this box of needing to be like super pretty, and by that I mean I just was in a scene. I was a party girl, I was in a party scene, I was a stylist, I worked in the fashion industry, and they expected you to wear heels, wear a different outfit every day, wear makeup every day. It was probably like a good 9 years ago. Where I really felt under pressure that I always felt like that people wouldn't think I was pretty if I didn't wear makeup. Now I hardly ever wear makeup. I was just really immersed in a superficial world. So anyway, my business mentor said to me, I understand what you're saying, that you've dyed your hair because you want to get away from that world and blah, blah, but have you noticed that probably you've dyed your hair all these bright colours as a sign of insecurity? You're trying to show them that you're secure and confident and that you've moved on from that world, but it's had the adverse effect and kind of just showing even further how insecure I am, because I've based dyeing my hair blue and damaging it and spending all that money and spending all that time on kind of like an FU to the world that I was in. And that was really like a light bulb moment where I was like, I feel like I've based all of this time and effort and energy because of other people, and I could have put that money into my business or put it into savings, and I didn't. So just something to bear in mind when you want to dye your hair. If you're someone that dyes your hair all the time, it might be worth looking at the psychology behind it. Is it because you're trying to hide some kind of trauma? You're trying to prove something to someone? Because I definitely was trying to prove something to someone. And as much as I liked my rainbow unicorn hair, I think it was quite an extreme move to make because it damaged my hair permanently. I have very dry hair. And it is what it is. It's done now, and now I get to enjoy these. This is why I do the wash in, wash out experiments with you guys, because now I get to have my hit of the dye, like, you know, enjoying the colourful colours, but not permanent. Like, it's just a bit of fun. It's a form of expression and enjoyment and experimentation, as opposed to a massive life change of like damaging my hair. And another thing I have to say is all my dyeing in all my years, I've been dyeing my hair since I was 14. I think it's caused premature greying because I've been getting grey hair since I was 20, and when you have black hair and you're getting grey hair, not nice. So that's why I highlight my hair now, to blend grey hair. And then now, actually highlighting has been okay, but when I try and dye the roots dark, like 20 new grey hairs grow back. In like, if I for some reason dye my roots dark. So a hairdresser and a doctor, a lot of hairdressers and doctors have told me that your hair follicles can get lazy if you keep dyeing your roots dark. They don't bother making the pigment themselves. Bear that in mind when you're dyeing your hair all the time, that you might get premature grey. And some people might not agree with that, some people might not believe me, but my sisters don't dye their hair as much as I do. My big sister hasn't dyed her hair at all, and they're fine. My older sister hasn't got grey hair, and my younger sister doesn't, and my younger sister is older than, she's 27, and I've been getting grey hair since I was 20. She doesn't have grey hairs, so that says quite a lot, I think. So I don't really know what to do. I'm just gonna, and one might say, oh, embrace your greys, but I don't like the black and white look for me. If I had blonde hair, I wouldn't care about that, but because I have dark hair, it looks very black and white. So anyway, that's my kind of thought process on that, and I hope it helped some of you. And I am going to carry on curling my hair and stop talking, and you can ask me questions about any of this stuff, by the way, in the comments, and I'm gonna show you guys the result of my GHD curling. Okay, so this is the final result, and oof, the sun is shining. So this is the result of the curls. As you can see, there is no pink whatsoever, and I hope this video was useful for you. I hope this has helped some people figure out what colour to choose from Bleach London if you want to use it. Help you realise that you probably shouldn't be using the one that I used. I'll put the actual information of the exact one that I used in the description. And that is all for today. I will be back very soon, my love. And as always, sending you love, light, and good vibes.